Welcome to another episode of Battle Axe. I'm Joey Danya alongside Bobby Bradford. We're coming to you from the Ironside Open at the Ironside Axe Club in Des Moines, Iowa. Some of the very best in the world are here competing for a championship. It has been a thrilling tournament thus far, Bobby.
Absolutely. It's been great. We had a lot of great matches here so far, and excited for this episode.
Well, let's get right to the action, but before we get the competition started, let's go over all of the rules. All of the rings are worth 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points, and then the red dot, that's the bullseye, it's worth 6 points. If you miss the bullseye, but you get it in the ring around the bullseye, you get 5 points. Now, the small blue dot on the outermost ring, that's what's called the kill shot. If you hit it, you get 8 points, and if you get it in the ring around that circle, you get 7 points. But if you miss that entirely, you get nothing. Very high risk, high reward. You can go for it at any point during a match. You can only hit 2 of them unless you have a drop. Well, let's get the competition started. It's going to be Casey Briggs, and he'll be taking on Ragnar Beard.
Yeah, so we get the rubber match here between Casey Briggs and Ragnar Beard, all tied up 1-1. And we are in the B bracket here, Joey, so the winner of this match will advance, and the loser, unfortunately, their tournament will be over.
High pressure here between Beard and Briggs.
Looks like that's a bullseye there for Ragnar, going right down the middle, and a 5 there for Casey Briggs. But this has been a tremendous matchup for both competitors here, so it'd be a shame to see one of them go home, but, man, it's been well fought up to this point.
Yeah, we're getting to that point in the tournament where these guys and gals, they've thrown a lot of axes. It's hard to see any of them go home because they're all just so talented, but somebody's got to go home.
Unfortunately, that's the name of the game here sometimes. So a couple bullseyes there by both competitors. Ragnar with a chance for what we dare not speak. And going for the upper left-hand side bullseye is Casey Briggs. And it looks like Ragnar might be off the mark there. Oh, no, popping through on the right-hand side of the blade there for a unicorn.
3 consecutive bullseyes from Ragnar Beard to get this one started in a winner-take-all Game 3.
Well, and to your point, Joey, all these players have been throwing quite a while now in the tournament, so they're definitely primed and on top of their game. So we're going to see a lot of bullseyes, very few mistakes. So it's not surprising to see Ragnar with 4 consecutive bullseyes and Casey with only that 1-5 as the blemish on their scorecard so far.
Yeah, so many talented players down here in the B bracket. Only one of them will survive to get a spot in the championship.
Well, we've already seen a lot through these matches, Joey, as well. There's been a lot of amazing kill shot attempts that have really changed the momentum of matches. So I would expect that a match this close, 29-28, going into the turn is going to come down to some kill shots as well.
A great first half for Ragnar Beard. Nearly perfect. Just missed the bullseye on that 5th throw. Now they switch sides, and we are underway here in the second half. Beard throwing right down the middle, and so too will Briggs.
And Briggs is off the mark, so on his 1st and 6th throw, he goes down the middle, and unfortunately for him, he comes up with a 5. He has a 2-point deficit here going in to throw number 7.
35-33, Ragnar Beard in front, 4 throws to go.
Elected and go for that upper left-hand bullseye is Ragnar Beard, and hits the bullseye as well, and so does Casey Briggs.
So Ragnar Beard with back-to-back bullseyes. He's still got that 2-point lead with 3 throws to go. Briggs needs to get hot.
Looks like that's going to be a bullseye there for Casey and a bullseye for Ragnar, so Ragnar definitely happy to trade points. Casey has got to hope that Ragnar makes a mistake here in the next 2 throws.
Well, now Briggs is going to go up for the kill shot, down by 2 with 2 throws to go.
Oh, and there we see the indication from Ragnar going up for the kill shot as well, up by 2. A gutsy call here from Beard.
So another thrilling match that'll come down to kill shots.
Ragnar wisely waiting for Casey to throw, knowing all the pressure's on him, and Casey is off the mark. He's got to hope that Ragnar is off the mark here in this throw.
Beard can put it away with this shot.
Oh, but he did miss. Let go of the axe just a little bit early. You can see how close he was. Even to that 7 would have been the nail in the coffin there.
So Briggs with another chance here. Once again, he's going to go up for the kill shot.
And again, another gutsy call here from Ragnar Beard. Going up for the kill shot, up by 2. If he wants to play one of those bullseyes and Casey hits an 8, then we go into sudden death. But he's electing to put all the cards on the table here. Ooh. And that looks like it's at least a 7. Casey looks like he feels pretty good about that throw. Huge throw here for Ragnar. Oh, and he is off the mark. And it is a hit 8 for Casey Briggs.
Casey Briggs trailed the entire match until the final shot. He hits the kill shot with ice in his veins to keep his tournament alive. What a matchup this was.
Absolutely. Casey Briggs advances in the B bracket for Ragnar Beard. His tournament is over. And as you can see there on Casey's scorecard, he started off the match with the 5 there. He had another 5 on that 6th throw after the turn. He was, to your point, Joey, behind this entire match, but going for that kill shot there on the 9th and 10th throw, coming up big with that 8 kill shot there on the 10th throw to come away with the victory, 53-47. But you got to wonder why Ragnar Beard was going up for that kill shot there on the 10th throw. He knew that he could hit that bullseye and then kind of send this thing to sudden death if need be, but he elected to put his cards on the table and go for that kill shot, and it unfortunately cost him.
That's why they call it high risk, high reward, and a great run comes to an end for Ragnar Beard. Leo Granata will be next here, taking on Jimmy Grindle.
Yeah, so we've seen Leo a couple times already in this tournament. Our first time seeing Jimmy here. But the first of the best of 3 here between these two competitors. And we are in the A bracket here. So each of these competitors has a loss to play with.
A good start here for Brindle and Bernata. A couple of bullseyes right down the middle.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of confidence from Leo Bernata. Definitely a thrower that knows he has a championship makeup. And for Jimmy Grindle going up for that upper right-hand side bullseye, and it is another bullseye for both competitors. So a chance for what we dare not speak ×2.
My lips are sealed. Grindle and Bernata throwing haymakers right out of the gates.
Yeah, and again, just like our last match too, these competitors have been competing quite a while here in the tournament. They've gotten past a lot of competitors so far, so all the nerves are probably washed out here a little bit, really focused up on the board. Oh, but ruled a 0 there for Leo Bernata. I wonder, Joey, if there was a foot fault.
There must have been. Obviously, he had it in that 4 ring, so must have been a foot fault and just a devastating mistake here. Gives a commanding lead to Grindle.
Yeah, we didn't see any protest here from Leo, so he must have known that he made a mistake. But a devastating 0 there on his 3rd throw.
Meanwhile, Grindle's been perfect. 4 consecutive bullseyes. He's got a 24-17 lead.
Yeah, we'll see. Jimmy's doing a nice job of adding on points. We'll see how Leo responds back to that devastating foot fault.
Well, a perfect first half for Jimmy Grindle. He takes a commanding 7-point advantage into the second half after that devastating foot fault on the 3rd throw from Bernata.
Well, just like a drop, it's really important to, forget that throw, really just focus up on the board, try to get chip away, try to get some points on every throw.
If he can chip away at it here in the next couple of throws, get himself within 4 or 5, you give yourself an opportunity with the kill shot.
Correct, but the way Jimmy's throwing lights out, that's going to be a hard task here for Leo Bernata as both players throw another couple bullseyes.
Grindle on fire. Nothing but bullseyes after 7 throws, 42-35.
Looks like that's going to be another bullseye there for Leo and another bullseye there for Jimmy as well. So now the question becomes, Joey, does Jimmy want to get a little ambitious and go for a perfect score?
Well, he's got plenty of room, breathing room, I should say.
Yeah,
up 48-41. We'll see what he does here.
Leo electing to go for the kill shot. Grindle playing the board, which I believe is the wise move in this situation. You want to really take that 1-0 advantage going into the second match. And it looks like that was a miss there for Leo. So it looks like Jimmy will be coming away with the victory here. Both players going for the kill shot now. First chance of seeing Jimmy going for the kill shot. We'll see how he fares. Looks like that could be a 7 there for Leo. Look at a closer look. Oh, it looks like that's a flush 8 there for Jimmy.
Well, what a round here from Jimmy Grindle. A round of 61 to get the victory here in game 1 of this best of 3 against Leo Bernata.
So actually, it was Leo Bernata who actually had the kill shot 8 there on his 10th throw, and Jimmy with the 7. But as to your point, Joey, just a fantastic round there by Jimmy Grindle. As you can see, 9 consecutive bullseyes. He elected to go for the kill shot there in the 10th throw only because he was up and had the victory sealed. So an impressive round of 61 to take a 1-0 lead going into the second match of this one. But for Leo Bernata, really, it was that foot fault there on his 3rd throw that really put him behind the 8 ball. Other than that, he was keeping pace with Jimmy Grindle. He did have that 1-5 there on the 4th throw. But going for the kill shot there on the 9th and 10th throw, he was able to hit the kill shot 8 there on the 10th. So I'd expect if there's not a foot fault, I'm imagining this next match is going to be a little closer.
And we'll bring that to you. Game 2 coming up straight ahead here between Bernata and Grindle. Stay tuned for more Battle Axe here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe here on MC22. I'm Joey Daniel alongside Bobby the Blade Bradford. We're here in Des Moines at the Ironside Open, some of the world's best competing for a championship. It's been a thrilling tournament thus far, and we've got a good ways to go before we crown a champion. We're enjoying each and every throw and every moment of this thrilling tournament. Let's get right back to the competition. Leo Bernata looking to rebound against Jimmy Grindle. Game 2 of this series. Bernata had that foot fault in Game 1 that ended up costing him. We'll see how he responds here in Game 2, needing a win to force a Game 3.
Well, these are the kind of challenges that every champion has to face. So we'll see how he responds here in this second match. But Grindle with just a tremendous first game in this match with a round of 61. Both players starting off with the bullseye here.
This is the A bracket, just as a reminder. So even if Bernata cannot come back to get a win here over Grindle, his tournament will not be over. He'll go down to the B bracket and try and work his way back to the championship that way.
Looks like a couple bullseyes there. Leo's just popping through on the left-hand side there of that lower right-hand side bullseye. So just like our first matchup, Joey, both players with a chance for what we dare not speak, and we'll see if Leo can stay behind the line here. It looks like that's going to be another couple bullseyes, so double unicorns.
What a start here from Bernata and Grindle. 3 bullseyes for each of these talented competitors, 18 all.
Yeah, both players with tremendous confidence. You can see just poise from both. And it looks like that might be our first real mistake here from Jimmy. Well, we'll see. He might be popping through in the bottom part of that blade. It's going to be a close call. I believe Leo has his bullseye if it's popping through on the right-hand side, but we'll wait for the official ruling here. Both throws very close, Joey. 6-5. Ooh, and ruled a 5 there for Bernata and Grindle with a bullseye. See if Leo wants to get a second opinion, but he elects to uphold the ruling.
Yeah, it's funny how great these throwers are that you would call a 5 a mistake from Grindle, but it is. He's thrown nothing but bullseyes when he's been shooting for the bullseye.
Yeah, just tremendous consistency from Jimmy Grindle.
The only real mistake he had was hitting a 7 instead of an 8
Correct.
on a kill shot. That's how sharp he has been thus far in this series.
Yeah, just another tremendous performance here by Jimmy Grindle going into the turn. Only up by 1, though. It looks like they're both players going down Broadway and another couple bullseyes.
Back-to-back bullseyes, or back-to-back unicorns, I should say, for Jimmy Grindle. 36-35. What a match we've got going here. Great finish should be in store.
Oh, and going for that lower right-hand side bullseye is Bernata. And a couple 6s there as Grindle goes for the upper right-hand side bullseye, popping through the left-hand side of that blade. But, man, yeah, what a tremendous matchup here. This is the kind of situation, Joey, where, both players are throwing so consistently that Leo, having to make up a point. I wonder how aggressive he's going to get with the kill shot here. We've seen some players go for the kill shot, on the 7th throw or the 8th throw, really just to kind of change the tide here a little bit. And Leo calls the kill shot, as does Jimmy.
And what it does, when you go for it earlier, it gives you a couple of chances to try and
Correct.
hit it and get a point or two back from your opponent. So we'll see if Bernata can do that.
Especially with the new rule of that 7 ring around the kill shot. With both players throwing so consistently, even if your opponent hits a 6 and you hit your 7, you're able to gain that point. So Both players missed the kill shot there. Calling for kill shots again on the 10th throw, 48-47. It all comes down to this, Joey. Can Leo Bernata keep this match going and force a game 3, or can Jimmy Grindle close the door? And it looks like Leo's pretty confident about that throw there. Ooh, and we'll get a closer look. But ooh, and Jimmy misses the kill shot.
Leo Bernata keeping this series alive with a kill shot on throw number 10. We'll have a game 3, and wow, that should be a thrilling final game in this series.
Yeah, it should be no surprise that Leo wasn't going to back down outside of that foot fault there in the first match. You know, he was going throw for throw with Jimmy Grindle. So just a tremendous matchup by both competitors. As you can see again, Jimmy Grindle with 8 consecutive bullseyes, electing to go for the kill shot on the 9th and 10th throw. Unfortunately for him, he was off the mark on the 10th throw and allowed Leo to keep this match going. So we will have a game number 3. But man, this has been lights out by both competitors. Leo with a really impressive score of 55. And we'll see if he can eliminate those quote-unquote mistakes and stay in the A bracket, or if Jimmy Grindle can close the door in advance.
Well, let's get right to it. Game number 3 between Leo Bernata and Jimmy Grindle. Both of these outstanding throwers looking to stay alive in the A bracket on their quest for a championship.
So as with the first 2 matches, both players electing to go down Broadway to get this match started. But unlike those first 2 matches, Joey, got a couple 5s. So again, if you can feel the tension in the air, both players throwing tremendous, just like our first matchup with Casey Briggs and Ragnar Beard. It's just a shame to see someone in this matchup have to go down to the B bracket. Looks like that's a 5 there for Jimmy, so uncharacteristic for him after our first 2 matches that we saw, but Leo Bernata with his first lead of the entire match.
Yeah, Grindle had not thrown a 5 the entire series up until this match, and now it's back-to-back 5s. We'll see if he can get back into rhythm here.
A couple 6s there, so both players starting to get back on track. Leo with a chance for what we dare not speak, and Jimmy down by 1.
But back into that bullseye is Jimmy Grindle.
Going for that upper left-hand side bullseye is Jimmy Grindle. We'll see. It looks like that's a bullseye there for Leo. And it is ruled a bullseye there for Leo and a 5 for Jimmy. So Leo able to get another point, 23-21 going into the 5th throw.
Unfamiliar territory here for Jimmy Grindle in this series. He's now trailing by 2. We'll see how he does playing from behind.
Looks like that's going to be a bullseye there for both competitors. Jimmy electing to go for that lower left-hand side bullseye. And at the turn, it is 27-29. Leo Bernata with the lead going into the 6th throw. We'll see if he can keep the pedal in the metal and send Jimmy Grindle down to the B bracket, or if Jimmy Grindle can fight back and stay in the A.
Bernata and Grindle starting out the second half, throwing right down the middle. Bullseye for Grindle and a 5 for Bernata, so that'll tighten things up a bit. Now it's just a 1-point lead for Bernata.
Yeah, so Jimmy able to pick up a point there. Going for the upper right-hand side bullseye now. Leo going for that lower right-hand side bullseye. He's trying to get a closer look. He's got to be careful, though. Already 1 foot fault. So a 6 there for Bernata and a 6 for Jimmy as well. Able to sneak it in there is Leo Bernata.
3 throws to go. Another nail-biter here between Grindle and Bernata. It's Bernata leading 40-39.
Just another nail-biter. You can see Bernata is not happy with that throw, knowing that he's off the mark, and Jimmy throwing lights out, able to pick up another point and tie this thing up. Going into the 9th throw, 45-45.
Well, the crowd loving this here at the Ironside Axe Club. 45 all with 2 throws to go. You wouldn't expect anything else from these 2 heavyweights.
Yeah, both players elected to go for the kill shot. We'll see how it plays out here. That's going to be up to the judge's ruling here. Hard to see from our action cam, but hit 7 for Jimmy and hit 8 for Leo. So Leo with a 1-point lead going into the 10th throw. And you can see the call there from Jimmy Grindle and the call from Leo Bernata.
So this series will come down to the kill shot. The loser will be heading to the B bracket. The winner, one step closer to a spot in the championship.
Leo electing for Jimmy to throw first, but so focused up on that board, it looks like both players can't tell from their angle. We'll have to wait for the official ruling, but wow, and a hit 8 for Jimmy Grindle.
You know what that means, Bobby.
We got sudden death.
How about this?
Wow.
As if this series wasn't good enough, we're going to have another throw here in sudden death, at least, between Grindle and Brenata.
Yeah, neither of these players want to go down to the B bracket. Just a tremendous throw, tremendous match altogether by both these competitors here. We'll see how it plays out, but you got to tip your cap to both of them. Ooh, we're going to get a closer look. It might be an 8 there for Jimmy. Oh, wow. So a hit 8 for Leo Brenata, who will come away the victor. 60-60. You see the fist bump by both competitors, knowing how much they fought.
Well, what a job out of Leo Brenata. Just a devastating start to this series, losing game 1 after the foot fault. He fought his way all the way back and gets the win thanks to the kill shot.
Yeah, that was just a tremendous matchup by both competitors. 60-60, Leo Brenata comes out the victor, advancing in the A bracket. Unfortunately for Jimmy Grindle, he'll be heading down to the B bracket, but man, if he keeps throwing like that, he's going to be in the championship match in no time. So both competitors just lights out throwing, super exciting matchup, you know, going for the kill shot on the 9th and 10th throw, able to trade points and end up with 60-60, going to sudden death. And fortunately for Leo Brenata, he was able to hit that kill shot 8. So he will be advancing in the A bracket, but just another tremendous matchup here on Battle Axe.
Well, we've got much more still to come on this episode of Battle Axe. Stay tuned here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. I'm Joey Daniel alongside Bobby Bradford. We're here in Des Moines at the Ironside Axe Club for the Ironside Open, where some of the world's best axe throwers are competing for a championship. It's been a long road to get to the championship. Won't be long before we crown a champion, but we've still got a lot of thrilling competition ahead before we do so. Let's get right to our next matchup. It's going to be Victor Trofimuk taking on Jeff Hillsdale.
Yeah, so our first time seeing both Jeff and Victor. Jeff up by 1 here, 1-0 going into the second matchup here.
Best of 3 series. So Victor needing a win here to force a game 3.
Both players feeling the tension here, lining up their shot. Ooh, just catching the top part of that blade is Victor with a 6 there, and Jeff electing to go down the middle here for a bullseye, so a couple bullseyes for both competitors.
Love the enthusiasm from the official there.
Yeah, always enjoy seeing a couple bullseyes here. It's better than 4 or 5. Looks like that's going to possibly be a 5 there for Victor, electing to go in for that upper right-hand side bullseye, as is Jeff, and that's a bullseye there for him, so he's able to take a 1-point lead going into the third throw here.
So Jeff Hillsdale with back-to-back bullseyes and a 1-point lead as he looks to put this series away against Victor Trofimuk.
So both players very deliberate with their throw.
Yeah, very methodical. They're certainly taking their time.
Going for the upper left-hand side bullseye is Victor, and the lower right-hand side bullseye for Jeff, but he hits a 4, so unable to even get that 5 ring. So we have a 2-point swing here going into the fourth throw.
Just like that, Victor Trofimuk has a 1-point advantage now after 3 throws.
That's important for Jeff to eliminate that last throw out of his memory here, focus up on that bullseye, try to get a point back here and tie this thing up.
Like we always say here on Battle Axe, you've got to be a goldfish and have a short memory.
And Victor feeling confident about his throw there. You can see Jeff reset, so he must not have felt comfortable before the throw. Electing to go for that lower left-hand side bullseye, and a couple flush bullseyes there for both competitors.
Well, a good response from Hillsdale after the 4. He responds with a bullseye. Still a 1-point game. Victor Trofimuk in the lead.
Yeah, some high-pressure throws by both competitors. Nice response there by Jeff after that 4 on the third throw. Going down Broadway is Victor, and he's trying to get a closer look, but don't know if it's popping through on the right-hand side of that blade. We'll wait for the official ruling from our official. Getting a closer look at Jeff's here. See if it's popping through the bottom part of that blade on the upper left-hand side bullseye.
It's a 6 for Hillsdale, and a 5 for Trofimuk. He's getting a closer look. We'll see if he wants a second ruling on this.
Yeah, knowing how important that 1 point is. Seeing if he elects to take a second, but he upholds the ruling. So 28-28 all going into the 6th throw. So we're back to right where we started here. Both players lining up their shot. We'll see if they want to elect to go right down the board or go around the bend. Or if they want to go for one of those outer bullseyes. Looks like Victor going for that upper right-hand side bullseye, but he is off the mark. And
he's got to hope that he's got the bottom part of that blade into the 5 ring. It looks like it certainly is. So a couple of 5s here from Trofimuk and Hillsdale. Keeps it tied, 33 all, 4 throws to go.
Yeah, Victor, very lucky that was popping through on the bottom part of that blade there for a 5. Otherwise, that could have been a devastating mistake with only 4 throws to go. But all tied up. Should be no surprise. We have another close matchup here at the Ironside Open.
Yeah, every match has been thrilling here at this point in the tournament.
Looks like that could be popping through on the left-hand side there for Victor. Ooh, and you can see there's a 5 there for Victor and a bullseye there for Jeff. So
Jeff Hillsdale now in the driver's seat. He's got a 1-point lead with 3 throws to go.
Yeah, tremendous job of overcoming that 4 that he threw on the 3rd throw. So 39-38, Jeff in the lead with 3 throws to go. We'll see if he can close the door or if Victor can force a game 3. Over that upper left-hand side bullseye. Doesn't look too pleased with that throw. And another 5 there for Victor. And a bullseye there for Jeff Hillsdale.
Hillsdale now with a 2-point advantage. Will Trofimuk go for the kill shot? Yeah, he's going up.
Yep.
We'll see if Hillsdale does as well. He's thinking about it.
Yeah, he's contemplating, doing the math in his head, trying to figure out. I mean, if I were him, I'd go play the board, see how Victor, responds with the kill shot attempt here on the 9th throw. Looks like there was no indication from Jeff that he's going up, so he more than likely playing the board. But let Victor force your hand, Oh, and you can see from the reaction there, Victor is off the mark.
And this allows Hillsdale to grab a commanding lead now.
Yep, so a 5 there for Jeff. So I still think it's a situation where you got to play the board. You got a 7-point lead here for Jeff. There's no sense in risking it all.
Yeah, just throw a 2 or a 3 or better, and you've got a victory here.
Correct.
Which for a player of Jeff Hillsdale's capabilities, that's like breathing.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. And Victor going for the kill shot there. We'll see if he hit an 8. And Jeff electing to play the board. That could possibly be a bullseye if it's popping in the top part of that blade. And it is a hit 7 there for Victor.
So we are not going to have a game 3 here. It's Jeff Hillsdale advancing in a straight series, 2-0. He gets the 56-43 win here in game 2.
Yeah, so Jeff with a really nice matchup here. As you can see there on that 3rd throw, he had a 4 there, but which really kind of put him behind the 8 ball to get the match started, but he did a nice job of rebounding. You can see a couple 6s there after that 4. He was just able to chip away. We talk about it in other matchups. When you go down big or you go down at all, at any point in the match, you just kind of want to systematically work your way back and put yourself in a position where you can overcome with 1 throw, and that's exactly what he did. Put himself in a position where he didn't have to go for the kill shots there on the 9th and 10th throw, kind of just left it in Victor's court, so to speak. speak. And for Victor, unfortunately, he falls in this matchup here, 56-43. But great matchup by both competitors.
Well, now for our next matchup, it's going to be Tyler Flynn taking on Jimmy Grindle. It's winner go home here between these two in the B bracket.
Yeah, so we saw Jimmy with a tremendous matchup versus Leo Brenata. This is our first time seeing Tyler Flynn in the best of 3 matchup. Tyler electing to go for that lower right-hand side bullseye, and as is tradition, Jimmy going down Broadway with a nice bullseye there to get this match started.
Well, nice start here for Grindle and Flynn with a couple of bullseyes.
Yeah, we'll see how Jimmy responds after that gauntlet of a matchup that he had with Leo Brenata. Looks like he is off the mark there with a 5. Tyler with another bullseye, so a chance for what we dare not speak.
Yeah, Grindle was so close to taking down Brenata. He had a commanding win in game 1 after the foot fault, and then he led the entire game 2 until the final throw. And like you said, it'll be interesting to see how he responds after a heartbreaking loss up in the A bracket against Leo Brenata.
Yeah, to know that you really didn't make any major mistakes. It was really just Leo kind of coming up in the clutch when he needed to really come away with the victory in that first matchup. So it's important for Jimmy to remember that he's throwing lights out. That's all he needs to do. If your opponent beats you with some incredible throws, you just got to tip your cap, but you really didn't do anything to lose that match.
23 all here after the first 4 throws from Flynn and Grindle.
Yeah, Tyler going down the middle there. Looks like he is off the mark. He's got to be hoping that that's a 5 popping through. And it is there from the side camera. You can see 5 popping through, but dangerously close to being a 4 there, Joey.
So Jimmy Grindle will take a 1-point advantage into the second half here in game 1 of this best of 3 series in the B bracket against Tyler Flynn.
Yeah, so Grindle setting up his throw after the turn, going down the middle as is tradition, and looks like that could possibly be a 5 there. And that looks like that could be a 6 there for Tyler Flynn if it's popping through the left-hand side of the blade. And it is.
And with that, we are all tied up between Flynn and Grindle after 6 throws. It's 34 all.
Yeah, so Tyler with a nice bullseye there. Jimmy off the mark slightly. Going for that lower left-hand side bullseye is Flynn. And the upper right-hand side for Grindle for a couple of 6s, so we stayed tied at 40.
Well, another nail-biter here on Battle Axe. 40 all, 3 throws to go here between Grindle and Flynn.
So Grindle wasting no time going for that lower right-hand side bullseye. Looks like he hit that bullseye, and Flynn going down the middle, and it looks like he hit a 5.
So Jimmy Grindle takes the lead now, 46-45, 2 throws to go. See how aggressive Flynn wants to get, trailing by a point.
And there's Grindle calling for the kill shot there. And I believe we had a kill shot called there for Tyler as well. Tyler electing to let Jimmy throw first, and it looks like Jimmy could be off the mark. He's got to be hoping that's popping through in the bottom part of that blade for a 7. And that looks like a flush kill shot, 8 there for Tyler Flynn. So an 8 kill shot there, taking a 7-point lead. Going into the 10th throw, you can see the kill shot attempt there. We'll see no indication here from Tyler so far. He's up by 7. It would be gutsy to go for it here.
Yeah, no reason to go for it if you want to guarantee yourself a victory. All he's got to do is hit a 2 or better.
Looks like that could possibly be a 7, maybe an 8 if it's popping through there for Jimmy Grindle. And it looks like a nice flush bullseye there on the upper right-hand side bullseye for Tyler Flynn to come away with the victory.
So Tyler Flynn taking game number 1 here in this best of 3 series against Jimmy Grindle.
Yeah, so a tremendous matchup here by Tyler Flynn. Our first time seeing him, but really cool, calm, and collected. Going for the kill shot there on the 9th throw with a really nice looking kill shot there for a kill shot 8. And then for Jimmy, he, again, no real mistakes here. He had the 5 there on the 2nd and a 6th throw, but other than that, it was all bullseyes. He was off the mark there on the 9th throw kill shot there for a 0, and then went for it again on the 10th throw with a 7. So again, no real mistakes here. He's just going up against a competitor who really didn't blink either. And unfortunately for Jimmy, he was able to hit that kill shot there on the ninth throw, which really put him behind the 8 ball, and he just wasn't able to make a comeback. But we'll have a game 2, and I'm excited to see how it plays out.
We'll bring it to you straight ahead here on Battle Axe. Welcome back to Battle Axe here at the Ironside Axe Club in Des Moines. I'm Joey Dania alongside Bobby Bradford. We've been covering the Ironside Open, a thrilling tournament to crown a champion with some of the world's best axe throwers going head-to-head. The atmosphere here is electric, as you would expect for a tournament of this magnitude. Let's get right to game number 2 in this best-of-3 series between Tyler Flynn and Jimmy Grindle.
Yeah, so a second match here in the B bracket for Jimmy Grindle and Tyler Flynn. Tyler up 1-0. Really exciting matchup here in our first match between these two competitors. Tyler took the victory 59-53. And as in our first matchup, Joey, both players started off with a bullseye.
As is with tradition, Grindle and Flynn, a couple of bullseyes to get this one started. A pressure-packed series here in the B bracket. One of these talented throwers is going home.
Going for that left-hand side bullseye is Tyler. Looks like that's going to be a bullseye for him and possibly a 5 there for Jimmy. And it is.
So back-to-back bullseyes for Tyler Flynn for the early 1-point advantage over Jimmy Grindle.
So a carbon copy start here for both competitors in this matchup. And looks like Tyler's going to hit a flush bullseye there on that upper left-hand side bullseye, and Jimmy is off the mark, so a 2-point lead and a unicorn here for Tyler Flynn to get this match number 2 started.
It gives Flynn a 2-point advantage over Grindle, and ever since Grindle had that outstanding first couple of games in his last series against Leo Bernata, he just hasn't been quite as sharp. He's got to get back into that rhythm if he wants to keep his tournament alive.
Absolutely. It was a tremendous point there, Joey. He was in just a great rhythm, throwing lights out, and unfortunately for him, since he's been down here in the B bracket, he hasn't been as consistent. And we know that when you're at this stage in the tournament, in this competition, you need to be on top of your game here. So let's see if he can focus up and turn this ship around. There it is, a nice couple 6s by both competitors going into the turn, 28-30. Tyler with a 2-point lead.
A perfect first half for Tyler Flynn as he looks to close this series out in 2 straight games.
Tyler going for that lower right-hand side bullseye. Looks like he hit it at least a 5, if not a bullseye. And Jimmy going down the middle there for a nice flush bullseye.
Well, a couple more bullseyes for Flynn and Grindle to keep it a 2-point advantage for Flynn. 4 throws to go.
Yeah, Tyler throwing lights out, 6 consecutive bullseyes here. We'll see here. That looks like he could have 7 consecutive bullseyes. Get a closer look. It looks like that's a bullseye there for Jimmy as well. Ooh, but ruled a 5 there for Tyler, so very close.
The first mistake of this game for Tyler Flynn, and that'll tighten things up, getting Grindle within a point.
Yeah, it was very, very close there. I'm surprised Tyler didn't even call for a second there, but must have saw some wood popping through when he got up there close, and Jimmy going for that lower right-hand side bullseye. Nice throw there by Tyler.
Big ruling coming here.
Yeah, a couple 6s there. Nice flush bullseye there for Tyler, and for Jimmy, it's popping through on the lower part of that left side of the axe. So 46-47.
Down by 1. You can tell that Grindle's thinking about the kill shot. He's going to go up, and Flynn says, I'll go up with you.
Yeah, so gutsy call here. Jimmy knowing he needs to gain a point here, so hoping for at least a 7. See, just a nice kill shot throw there by Tyler. Just like we saw in the first match, looks like a flush 8. We'll have to get a closer look. Oh, you can see there from the wide, it looks like Jimmy is off the mark.
Well, another kill shot here for Tyler Flynn, and that puts this one out of reach. So at this point, they're going to go up for the kill shots. Why not?
Yeah, Tyler, just those 2 kill shot attempts we've seen have just been beautiful kill shot attempts. We'll see here, that's at least a 7 for him, and for Jimmy, You'd love to see it. Just to go out in a positive note here.
What a round here from Tyler Flynn. Outside of the 1-5, he nearly threw a perfect game. A 63, obviously the 64 would be a perfect game.
Yeah, and we saw how close that 5 was there on his 7th throw. It was very, very close to being a 6. We haven't seen a perfect game here, Joey, on Battle Axe yet. But, man, if Tyler keeps throwing like that, we know it's very, very close. So just a tremendous matchup by Tyler Flynn here. You can see he started this match off with 6 consecutive bullseyes. He did have that 1-5 there on his 7th throw, but 2 beautiful kill shot attempts there on his 9th and 10th throw to seal the deal and come away with the victory, 63-54. And then, unfortunately for Jimmy Grindle, his tournament does come to an end. He just had a tremendous run with that matchup between Leo Bernata, but unfortunately for him, he ran into a buzzsaw and Tyler Flynn, and his tournament is over.
Well, we've got one more match still to go on this episode of Battle Axe. It's going to be Brian Lawson taking on Evan Foley.
Yeah, so our first time seeing both these competitors, Brian Lawson and Evan Foley.
Game 1 in this best of 3.
Looks like Lawson's going down the middle there. It looks like he could possibly. That's a 4 there for him. So not the way that he wants to start this match. And Foley with a 6 there. So early 2-point lead here for Foley. And just like a drop, you know, you want to, if you're going to be down, you want to make a mistake early. So you have some throws to work back with, but you do have to right the ship.
Yeah, 2-point deficit is significant, but not when it's on throw number 1. You've got a long time to try and get back into it.
This is another close throw. You can see the official getting a closer look, hoping that that's going to be a 5 there for Lawson, but ruled a 4, so consecutive 4s, and he's going to get a closer look. Elects to uphold the ruling, but not the start that Brian Lawson wanted in this matchup.
Well, now this is the danger zone already here on throw number 3 for Brian Lawson. You can't let this thing spiral out of control, being down by 4 already.
And you can see, I think it is spiraling, because that's a 3 there for Lawson. So Evan, all he needs to do is just keep playing his game. He's got a unicorn to get this match started.
What a great start here from Evan Foley. 3 consecutive bullseyes. He's got a commanding 7-point lead.
There it looks like Lawson gets back on track there with the bullseye there on the upper right-hand side target. You can see the great sportsmanship here at the Ironside Open. Evan knows that Brian started off struggling. That can't be a good feeling. So happy to see him right the ship a little bit. Looks like that's going to be another bullseye there for Lawson. So got to be some positive momentum to build on.
Well, a perfect first half here for Evan Foley. 5 consecutive bullseyes. He'll take a 30-23 lead into the second half. Nice job out of Brian Lawson to respond after a rough start. He's thrown back-to-back bullseyes.
Yeah, and he's focused up on that center bullseye there. Looks like that's a flush bullseye there for him. And ooh, that's going to be a close call here for Evan.
That could open the door here a little bit for Brian Lawson.
And ruled a 3 there for Evan. So all of a sudden, a 3-point swing, and we have ourselves a 4-point game.
So Brian Lawson has to focus in, keep doing what he's doing. That's a unicorn. 3 consecutive bullseyes, and that might be a 4th.
Yeah, nice throw there by Brian. And ruled a 4 there. I thought maybe that was popping through on the top part of the blade there for Evan for a 5, but a 3 and a 4, and all of a sudden we have a 2-point game.
Yeah, sometimes switching sides can really change the rhythm and the course of a game, and that's certainly the case right now.
Looks like that's a 4 there for Brian, but yeah, Brian had his troubles on the right-hand side, and looks like Evan is experiencing the same thing here. A couple 4s, so no ground gain, no ground loss there for Evan, but he has to be none too pleased with a 3 and 2 consecutive 4s.
So a 2-point lead for Evan Foley here with 2 throws to go. Will Brian Lawson go for a kill shot?
Yeah, down by 2. He's going to get a score check here. I mean, with the way that Evan's been throwing the last couple throws, you might want to just play the board and hope you can sneak a couple points with a bullseye. Maybe if Evan throws a 4, but he's electing to go down Broadway and hits a nice flush bullseye.
So it'll be a 2-point lead for Evan Foley heading into throw number 10. And now Brian Lawson doesn't think twice about it. He's going up for the kill shot. Evan Foley will go up as well.
Yeah, so it all comes down to this. Both players going for the kill shot. Brian wasting no time going for that upper right-hand side bullseye. Too close to call there for him from this angle, but we shall see. That looks like a flush kill shot 8 there for Evan and a miss there for Brian Lawson.
A dagger from Evan Foley, the kill shot to put game number 1 away here against Brian Lawson. 55-45 the final.
Yeah, this is a real back and forth matchup here. You know, Brian Lawson started off the match here with 2 4s and a 3 to really put himself behind the 8 ball. He responded nicely with the 4 consecutive bullseyes. He did have another 4 there on his 8th throw. Unfortunately for him, he falls in this matchup 45-55. But for Evan Foley, you know, he started this match off with 5 consecutive 6s, but then after the turn, followed it up with 3 and 2 4s to let Brian back in this thing. So we know how important it is to keep the pedal to the metal in these kind of matches, in these tournaments. So for Evan, you know, he's probably kicking himself a little bit that he left this door open a little bit. And then for Brian, he's got to feel confident that he was able to come back and make this thing a game. Unfortunately for him, he did fall in this matchup, but we'll see how he responds in match number 2.
And we will bring match number 2 to you on the next episode of Battle Axe. For Bobby Bradford and the entire MC22 crew, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time here on Battle Axe.